What's up, guys? I'm so excited about our guest today. She's a nurse practitioner and a business owner of Nursey Cosmetics, located in the Las Vegas area. Please help me to introduce aesthetic injector, Shy.
Hello, everybody.
Nice, nice. I'm so excited to have you on today. I know the audience is going to gain so much information, so let's hop right into it.
Perfect. I'm ready.
Awesome, awesome.
Hi, my name is Jonathan McLean, and I'm the founder and CEO of McLean Aesthetics.
Welcome to the dark side.
Let's go. Now, Shai, let's go back to the beginning. Explain to the audience, how did you get into the aesthetic field? And furthermore, how did you even start your own business?
So first, let's talk about how I started injecting. I started injecting so randomly. I had nurses in the ER at the time when I was working as a nurse. Hey, you want to inject? I'm like, inject what? They're like, Botox and fillers. I'm like, yeah. They were like, I think it'd be a good fit. You're really creative. I'm like thinking to myself, like, how do you guys know that? Long story short, we went to the training, and I was a new medical spa in town in Las Vegas hiring. This is like back in 2018, 2017. In 2017, going to 2018. Long story short, they came in there, brought all the reps from Allergan, Galderma, years in, and we did training on injectables. And at this time, it was about like 22, 23. So, of course, I really didn't get any work done or any injectables, but they were so infatuated with my appearance at the time. And it was like, you have like the ideal shape, like face, lips, cheeks. And it's like, you're just full of youth. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I didn't think nothing about it. Long story short, start injecting, and I started to see like I was pretty much artistic in a way, like, wow, I'm creating art. And I just started falling in love with it. So fast forward, I'm like, hey, I want to actually start my own business and do this like long term, like forever. This is my thing. And I was just doing Botox and fillers at the time, nothing too much outside of the face. Went to school, got my MP, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go back to my goal. I'm going to start my own business, be my own medical director, be a provider. I want to have a medical spa, and I want to inject. So after 2020, basically, I started my business. Really, 2020, I started my business, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. And they're like, you're crazy because it's a pandemic and nobody's going to come get services, and you don't need to do things like that. So it was a really lot of like uproar and kind of with people who knew me, because they was like, yeah, I could see it. And there was some people because they knew me and they just didn't know about what these procedures do. And I really truth behind, getting non-surgical treatments. So I was like, you know what, let me make it my duty to have built a platform to absolutely not only educate, but let me show people that we do need this stuff, and it's a certain way to be done so you look at aesthetically pleasing without getting too much work done, because it's so many things and cons, but pros people don't know about, but they just see people who get procedures done and they just are like, oh my gosh, it looks so fake. So I just really built my platform to really show people like, you don't have to look fake. You can actually get work done and look naturally great. Personally, I'm an injector. I inject myself. I get work done, and you really can't tell I get work done. So that's the barriers I was trying to overcome, or I should say break, because a lot of people, especially in my community in kosher, they wasn't aware of the benefits of getting things like this as far as prevent aging and actually treating the aging process.
Wow, that's amazing. It sounded like a journey, definitely getting in the industry. And I wanted to touch on something you said in the beginning. So I remember you saying like they encouraged you to go out and become an injector. It was something interesting to do. But when you said you wanted to actually go out and start your own business, there was more like pushback. Why do you think that is?
It was more so pushback. I think the majority of pushback I got, it came from the lack of education. I think that people really were not aware of that, the benefits of what, non-surgical procedures such as Botox and fillers could do. And that's what gave me the real urge to actually go hard, educate myself, but not only educate myself, invest in my education, get additional certifications to be an advanced injector. So that's really honestly what I dealt with as an injector. So before I really became like heavy into the industry, it wasn't like my family. It was people who knew me personally, like friends, peers, and like, why would you want to do that? That's so fake. And that's why I knew, I'm like, I just need to clear up some things around here because people didn't know. And I, at the time I just started being like an intermediate injector. So it was just like, it's so much things. And I was just seeing, like, just from me starting back in 2018 and things coming to 2020 had like technology and things became innovative with, procedures. And I was just like, people need to know about this. Like, I'm fascinated. So it became a passion to me after a while because I became so fascinated with learning about things that can help me prevent aging. I don't know about you guys, but I love looking good. And I'm like, I didn't realize that the aging process literally starts at 25 years old for most people, especially women. And I just learned different biological things that affect women in aging besides hormones, pregnancy, everyday life, stress. And it was just like, wow, I didn't know. And just learning to make myself knowledgeable. That's what's like, okay, I need to put this out here. I need to show people. And the last con was people didn't think I should do it because I was Black. And they thought that people in my culture didn't need that. And I'm just like, yes, we look good. We age great. It shows, Black people and even Asian, we age really great, but we age still. You get what I'm saying? So it was just like, I just wanted to break those, like, basically like fiction things. And I wanted to let people know, like, these are facts, like you could benefit from it. So once people start seeing it, I had enough influence to not only bring people interested to come in, like those same people, like friends and peers, but once they became educated, they was like, wow, and now they get work done, they get procedures. You get what I'm saying? So I was just like, I knew I can create change when it came to coming into like this aesthetic or cosmetic world, because people only equated this to Hollywood. Like, well, only people in Hollywood do it because they got money to afford it. But really, in reality, I met people in Hollywood, but I met people who were actually educated and took the time to invest in their beauty, their wellness, and aging, and how it overall helped them, not like, physically, but mentally. So that's really my goal. And that's why I make sure I'm really great at what I do, and I'm always educate myself, and I continue to educate myself, and I don't care how much money it costs me. Like, I will literally sacrifice what I need to get the education and to learn and continue to teach the community and show people, like, hey, this is the change we need, and we absolutely need more injectors. So that's really something that gets me. I'm very passionate about it, for sure.
Yeah, no, I can definitely understand that. I mean, just my family and friends, I talk to them, I'm like, they're like, I remember this issue, I wish I could change it. I'm like, there's stuff out there, this is what it is. And it's still having to sell it to them, where I know personally health and wellness, HRT, or even Botox can do wonders depending on your age for any race. So yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. I would love to talk about the new procedures or new things, because I know you said, there's certain things you can do to prevent aging, and there's your go-to things that you like to recommend to your clients. What are some simple things that are hot right now in the industry that you like to recommend to your clients?
So for the aging, as far as prevention, I love to recommend to start off like with therapy such as like PRP, Botox, and even PDO threads. So I use those frequently in my practice, and a lot of people don't know that these actually help your skin overall appearance, like as far as preventing premature aging or treating premature aging. But also, like Botox, we know, of course, it relaxes the muscles, I should say, but really it's a neuromodulator. So really what it affects is the nerves. People really don't realize that. People think I got Botox to freeze my face. No, you really did it to innervate your nerves. You get what I'm saying? And those nerves are connected to muscles, right? So people don't realize our expression and everything, our brain tells us what to do, but expression, aging, and sometimes some things are genetics, right? You can't get around it. You can treat or prevent things. Like my mom, like I had a client, my mom looks like this and she's this age. I'm 30. I don't want to look like this. And I'm seeing myself starting to look like this. So, prevention is always the key. So starting out with something simple like Botox, PRP, if you don't want to do filler yet, and then PDO threads. PDO threads, they absolutely produce collagen. These are little fibers that go into your face, we call, or sutures, that produce collagen. Literally, you can treat it and you can put it in your face and body. So it's just taking the time to educate my clients up to know that they have options, because people don't know that they have options. And once you find out like something that can be done, that's when you're more willing to get it handled, as far as like getting the procedure.
Yeah, I totally agree. Lead with education. You know, a lot of people don't know and they're scared of it because they don't know the outcomes or what really can happen. So leading with education, I think is amazing. I wanted to touch on PDO thread. Now, I get a lot of mixed reviews, whether people should have it in their practice or they shouldn't. Why do you choose to carry your practice, and what are the benefits you like about it?
So I became really fascinated in PDO threads because I started seeing the results from other injectors. Now, this is the thing. Some people have their beliefs about it. If you take the time to educate yourself, you would know what they do. So basically, PDO threads, whether they're smooth or barbs, cogs, whatever, different type of threads, won't get into it. They produce and stimulate collagen, and they produce and stimulate various types of collagens. Like we have different type of factors, right? So long story short, you put these sutures in, or these little fibers, whatever you choose, they will dissolve over time. So I know it's like little, theories that they call scar tissue. You can't get a facelift after PDO threads. I think that's false, because we all know that they will dissolve eventually. Like I know they dissolve because I have clients I'm treated with PDO threads, and 2 years later, I'm doing another treatment, or at least I'm doing maintenance treatment to maintain their results, so they don't have to go back and revert back to a full treatment in 2 years. So it's just a time of the thing. I think people really just need to educate themselves, because if you don't take the time to educate yourself, like I was told, don't use PDO threads. You might as well get a facelift. It causes scar tissue. But in reality, it does form more tissue, but it's the good tissue we want. It's connecting to my tissues to produce more collagen. And that's just bottom line. So we need collagen. Collagen depletes as we age. There's no way, nothing you can do about it, and will continue to deplete each decade you go on with your life. Even in some cultures or genetics, races, that depletion can occur times 2, depending on what decade you're in your life. So I just made myself more knowledgeable, and I do PDO threads. I love them. I think they're great ways to do a non-surgical facelift, and I add it in my everyday practice. And I've done PDO threads since the last maybe 3 years. And honestly, to tell the truth, I'm not taking on my practice. That's my opinion on it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So everybody out there, go try it. Don't be scared of it. You heard it from the expert. Awesome. So I want to talk about your business, right? You told me behind the scenes that you have an injector working for you. Tell us a little bit about that process. How hard was it finding someone that fits your practice? And how hard was it getting to that point to even be able to hire somebody?
So it is a whole process. Let's just start with the cosmetic or this industry. Aesthetics is not a common or easy industry to get into, period. Business wise, the overhead, the cost of this, if you're thinking short term, and if you're thinking that you won't make a hefty investment to start a business like this probably isn't a business for you. Because I will say this, when I first started my business, I invested basically all my savings I had, even went into retirement, but I knew I had goals. Before I started seeing a return on investment of my business, it was like maybe at year 1. I'm like, okay. But what was happening, I was growing. As I was growing and doing my thing, using my platform to attract clients, but also educate the community, I was growing to the point where I was like, dang, like I don't sleep at night. I'm waking up responding to inquiries. I'm booking people. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I need a little help. So that's when I hired an assistant. My assistant has been doing a great job helping me. I had to take the time to train her, right? Because, you have to select and choose precisely who you want in your business or industry. Because again, this is like a very unique business. Everybody knows this, who even either has spas or maybe thinking about getting a spa, or, whatever the case may be. It's a very unique. So you need unique people. You have to pick precisely. And I picked her because she was like, yeah, that's my dream job. So I'm like, okay, I'm thinking in my head, it's your dream job. You'll show me that. You get what I'm saying? And she has shown me that. She shows up, she comes, she helps, and it was just like, okay, great. I picked the right person. Moving forward, we're growing together. She's with me growing. And I'm like, well, I probably need the injector because, man, it's a lot, being booked doing 3 to 4 procedures a day. And then I'm tired and I'm thinking like, okay, let me choose another injector. So I made the choice based upon my experience with the person. And I was like, you know what? Because it's an investment I'm putting into them, training them, educating them, right? So I was like, let me choose someone I feel that is worth investing into. And she was actually a client before, she became my nurse injector. And actually, to tell the truth, she's actually one of my real life friends. And it's a stick situation because you think you don't want to mix, friendship with business, but it's different when you have somebody who and you watch them you've seen them, grow and become interested. So I'm like, what? It's not worth. What's the worst that can happen? I could hire somebody on the street randomly and not get a good experience. Or I could have somebody I know and who I already have a good insight about and take a risk, So that's how I chose my injector. And it's been like a great decision so far because honestly, it helps. She can do Botox and fillers. Like that's freeing up my time so I can do full non-surgical facelifts or, non-surgical BBLs or non-surgical body contouring procedures with injectable because those are timely procedures. So that's how I kind of made my decision when I choose people. I'm specifically choosing unique people. Like I don't feel like my job is for everybody, and I know I'm not a person that's probably for everybody. So I don't post my jobs on Indeed. I don't do things like that. Like I specifically network and I specifically get the right people because I know I can have the choice to select that. But my thing is, as a business owner, sometimes we try to think about numbers. We don't think about the overall aspect. And sometimes that can be a little costly too. So I just take my time, and I just knew when it was the time because I was just growing so fast, but also I can't do everything, So as a true business owner and leader, I know that you really hire people to make them be great and they help you work your vision. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of put in. That's probably my best advice for any business owner or anyone probably, thinking about getting into the business because it's really, you need to take your time doing it. It's not a easy thing, and it should be a timely process. You should be really easy to hire. I'm sorry, really slow to hire and really quick to fire. Like that's just that, because you got to have people that's going to make your dream work. And if they're not going to work and they don't take it serious, that affects you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I'm glad you said that because a lot of people think like you can post an ad on Indeed or these sites and get the top tier. That's not how it works. Like you have to be networking, you have to meet these people that are inspired because it isn't a regular type of job. It is something that's out of the ordinary, something different. So with that being said, if you can't find it on your own, definitely contact me and I'll find you an injector that is great for your practices. That's what I do. I network and go out there and find amazing.
I appreciate that. Having a network specifically for us so we can find people to help us in our business. It's great. I love it.
Thank you. So with that being said, I would love to speak about key opinion leaders in this industry. Who are some key opinion leaders that you could recommend for the audience to follow to learn more?
I personally I really enjoy learning, and I have learned from these individuals and I still learn from them and connect with them. Dr. Sammy, he's really a good injector, I feel. I know him and we've connected kind of like personally as well. So, and that was just like after learning and teaching and things like that. But he's really great. He's really invested into his skill, his craft, and those are people you want to learn from. So he's definitely somebody I would recommend. He's actually based out in California. Also, the Queen of Threads. A lot of people may know her already, or Francine Young. She's really somebody I would recommend to follow if you're thinking about doing like PDO threads or get into heavy like those non-surgical facelifts. Connected with her last year sometime, and I'm like, dang, that was an amazing experience to like get training and from her and learn and to actually use it and incorporate in my practice. So those are definitely two people for sure I can say off the top of my head. Go, if you're not following them, follow them on Instagram, find them. Also, definitely conferences is a way to connect, because that's how I connected with these people. So that's my best bet also for sure. But it's one person specifically. I don't know if people are aware of her, but they should be. They're not. And she's a Black injector. Love her. Her name is Hazel. She's out in New York.
Yeah.
She's been my role model since I started injecting. And I would just say this: if you're not following her, you better follow her, because she's in New York. And I really call her the Queen of New York because she's a Black injector and she's killing it.
Yeah, she really is. She was one of the first people I found in the industry. I like to call her, I know and some people don't like this term, but like celebrity injector, just because she worked with a lot of celebrities and she's been doing it for a long time. Like she was
She's
able
been
to get
doing a
build her
long
level.
time. Somebody that you need to make sure you follow and learn from. And she does things to teach. So, and that's just the end of that. So those are my top 3 people I will always recommend for sure. But definitely, I even connected with Hazel last year, and it was like a great experience. And I love the fact that I connected with her. So it's just nice to see people like that have key opinions or leaders in the industry. Those type of people you definitely just want to make sure you can connect with. Like in this industry, collaboration is really the key to succeed. And if you think you don't have to collaborate with anybody, good luck.
Yeah,
That's
for
all I can
sure.
say.
For sure. I agree. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me, speaking more about the aesthetic industry. Tell everybody where they can find you at.
So if you're following me, you can find me actually on all social media such as TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. It's at Nursey Cosmetics CO. Again, that's at Nursey Cosmetics CO for all platforms, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can find me under Nursey Cosmetics. Also, you can find me at www.nurseycosmeticsbeauty-spa.com. My main location is in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm in the Summerlin area. So if you're ever in Las Vegas, make sure you guys come out and connect. Or, of course, you can always book me. I offer trainings privately, whether I come to your location or you come to mine. You definitely have the opportunity to advance your career or your skills as an injector. And if you're in Chicago, you can catch me on a monthly or a scheduled basis as well.
Awesome. And until next time, bye.
See you. Bye.